All right, guys. Hey, Team Call Night. What's up? I'm so excited. I think Tab may be hosting next week. I kind of just asked her earlier tonight. I was like, can you host next week? Just because we want to hear from you. And guys, we have Michelle officially turned diamond, and then Tara is turning diamond, Tara Lindstrom, like bright and early Thursday morning or Wednesday night, whenever the system clicks over. And I'm so beyond excited, I can't even handle it. So Tara, I love it. Good job.
Hopefully. Angie turned emerald this week.
And yes, awesome. Mm-hmm.
New emerald coach.
I love it, guys. Like, it makes me so excited. I'm close to getting my business center back to diamond, so jury's still out on that. In fact, I should be checking my phone because I've been blowing people up. So Jolene Miller will be emerald on Thursday too. So I'm excited, guys. This is fun. It's I was posting in the coach group, if you are having trouble or you feel really stuck with talking about the business, just use your upline as support with a 3-way call. Just be like, I feel like I cannot speak about this business. Can you please get on the phone with me and my prospect, and let's just kind of go over it just so I can use leverage, get some confidence, hear how you say things, that kind of thing. So don't rule your upline out for that leverage that you need for your business, because it's huge. I have not ever done a 3-way call with any of you guys because you're all like total girl bosses and you don't even need me. But for those of you watching and those of you that are not on, or those of you that are on that need that, please, 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 because it's just experience, right? I mean, it's a skill set that you need to refine the words that you say and the way you approach it and the way you talk about it that works with your personality. That's all it is. It's no secret sauce, right? So really, really proud of you guys. The UK launch is going to be huge. You guys saw that I posted today about it, and I loved you guys, like, seeing some of you just take the initiative before I even, obviously we got the email, but I didn't even put anything in the coach group, and you guys were already blowing it up, which is so exciting. I was like, ooh, what Facebook groups could I get in that would be affiliated with the UK or whatever? So I made a little Facebook list on my Facebook where it's a UK or a British prospect list. And so anyone that I friend that's not in America or Canada, or, where that they're over there, I put them on that list so that I could do a Facebook post specifically to that group, or I could individually go through and see who's on that list and then go message them. So if you are friending people in that area, put them on a specific Facebook list. I think that will help. And we can talk more about that in time, but I couldn't see the number of coaches because I didn't clear my cookies, but I know that our team is growing a lot. And then tonight at the end of this call, you guys, you get to be the deciders on what our call to action is going to be. I'm going to put the ball in your court. So I want you to be thinking as I'm sharing what you think your call to action should be, either individually or for a team. Okay? Are you guys good with that? I'm going to go over, and then is there any announcements, Tab, that you want to make before I move on?
No, you got it.
Okay, cool. And I did make a couple slides because I've been really practicing my speaking.
Yes, there is one, but you might be talking about it. Our new training.
No, go ahead.
The training, the Get Start, the fast track.
Oh yeah, I didn't even read Michelle's message. That was
okay. Maybe we should confer first.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to do something that's quicker, right? Yeah. Quicker, more simple. Get our new coaches in, get them feeling good, instead of inundating them with a really crazy 3-week training.
And we need to run another push to rank coach group. So if you guys had some ideas when you wanted to start that, we could start it this Monday if we wanted to do that. I think we have 5 from Team Armour that want to be in it. So if anybody else wants to hop on.
So like a push to diamond, or just push to
emerald, push to emerald or push to any rank.
Yeah.
Probably most of them would be push to diamonds though.
Cool. I love it. Yeah. Let's do it. Because I don't think Barbie and Josh are having anytime soon, but I'm in Barbie's push to rank, so we can even take
not a challenge, just a training.
Yeah. Yeah. No, like a push to rank training that I'm in.
Yeah.
Push to diamond, like Barbie's. If we need some content, we could take some of her goodies that she had shared with us the past. What have we been in, Tara? 8 weeks or something? been crazy. So, okay, awesome. I want to go over, does anyone have any other announcements really quick before I go over free communities? That's what we're talking about. Anything? What personal development real quick are you guys reading? I'm just curious. Throw it at me.
I'm reading You're Bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to think about it because I have several on the go, but I'm trying to commit to one.
I know, I do too. It stresses me out when I have like 4 books open on my Audible, and I'm like, just finish one of them. Just
I just, because I couldn't work out, I did some PD. I had a girlfriend actually send me a video. What's her name? Glennon Doyle? Glennon somebody?
Mm-hmm.
Holy Hannah. It's a YouTube video that I'm going to post in the group talking about how we so often want to run from our pain, but in our pain is where the transformation happens. And if we don't face our pain, we don't grow. It's really, really interesting. She talks actually about being in a yoga fitness class and they were all a bunch of kooks, but she learned like a huge lesson from the class, which I thought was really funny. But yeah, I'll post it in the group. Really great.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, just even kind of feeling funky last week and feeling down and feeling like, does it even matter? Like I could just not do it today or whatever. Yeah. Like I was just feeling so funky. And then now I just feel a new fire, and that messy funk can be your springboard to the next, like, awesome adrenaline high person that you're helping. Funny story too, guys, kind of on that same thing. I had messaged a gal 3 different times, which I've got my systems and I've got my list. So it's not like I don't take things personally anymore that much when it comes to like inviting to the challenge group. So when I looked at our messages, I had seen that it had been 3 times I had reached out to her, 0 response. But here's the funny thing. I walked into Nordstrom because I broke my phone and I had to go to the Apple store and I was killing time. I walk in and she works at this gal that was working in cosmetics walks up to me and she's like, "Hey, Stacy," gave me a hug. I freaking had no idea who she was, obviously, because we're Facebook friends, but I still didn't know who she was. And so she gave me a big hug and we started telling me all of this information. And we had this really great conversation as I was buying my Converse, and she was standing there talking to me about how she just got promoted. And of course, this is not my style. It's totally my husband's style. But I was like, well, okay, so I used to work here 10 years ago. Like, can I ask what you're making? Like, what was your promotion? Because she's, Chanel counter manager. That's not like a fork in the eye. I mean, that's a good position to have at Nordstrom. And so she was like, she like brings home, even after her commission paychecks, half what I bring home doing Beachbody coaching. And I was like, holy crap, that is crazy. And and so we're having coffee tomorrow. I'm bringing her a Shakeology packet. I'm not trying to sell anything. I just freaking have some and I love it. And you have to try it. And so I was just thinking to myself, number one, how amazing this opportunity is. And she's a single mom working those crazy retail hours and how much freedom she could have. Number two, I mentioned, girl, like if you did something on the side for 3 years, I would mentor you and you could have that avenue of income that would bring you more freedom in your life. And then how I got out of like not knowing who she was, because this will happen to you guys too in time, I was like, okay, how do you spell your last name on Facebook? Because I didn't want to admit out I didn't know. And she was like, L-A-W, law. So I literally went to my Facebook as soon as I left Nordstrom and I was like, L-A-W. Oh, Julie. Oh, let me look at our messages back and forth. Oh, that's who she is. Okay, I got it.
Nice cover.
Redunculous. So yeah, that's how you got to roll. There you go. But how exciting. And I'm sure she'll join a challenge group in time. And I'm going to tell her about the Sean week and, see if she's going to do something free with me. So that is, don't rule out, like if people aren't messaging you back, you have no idea how they're feeling really on the inside. And she had been watching all of my videos and she felt really comfortable with me. And so I think that's really cool what we get to do. So never, 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 ever give up. Okay. So I want to kind of go through a quick little personal development thing. It's already 8:17. Dang, I go so long. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay. So I just want you guys to kind of like, I've been reading Mastering Your Inner Mean Girl, and she really talks about meditation and centering your breath and centering yourself and coming to that place of peace and self-love and always operating from, instead of fear, love. Are you going to choose? Are you going to do something out of fear? Are you going to do it out of love? And I just want to see if we can all agree that we are on this call because we truly believe. And I wrote this out. I was really thinking about it. We believe that we are ambassadors, right? Like we hold the torch for people. We not only hold the torch for our families, but we hold the torch for the people that we know that are joining us and the people that we have no idea who they are and what they need. We are so uniquely individual, but we come together to represent health to everyone around us. We aren't perfect, but we give a damn. And that is rare. That is so rare, you guys. We belong to a company that wants to help people live healthier and more fulfilling lives. Like if you don't know what our mission statement is with Beachbody, that's what it is. We're here to help people live healthier and more fulfilling lives. And that is why I think you sharing your vision and learning how to do that, which I'm still learning how to do. What's my vision for our team? What's my vision for my business? Carl shares that. And I think that's why it's so easy to get on board with him. And that's why it's so easy to ride that train with him, because he's trying to end the trend of obesity in America. And that is no small feat. And I just think it's so beautiful. So, we have, even though like Tab said last week, she's got like 5 to 10 combos going, right, Tab? Like all the time. I don't even know how many, probably 10 to 15, sometimes 5 on if I'm in a funk, like if I'm like, oh, didn't do my invites today. But we have multiple conversations going. We do our business activity tracker in the Coach Online office. If you guys need to check your boxes, go print out your business activity tracker. It's money. We do our vitals, and we do it not just for us, but we do it for, who do we do it for? Why do we do those vital behaviors? It's not all for us. And we do it for our family, for the legacy that we're leaving for our kids, for all the other women out there that, need something. And as humans, I really feel like we want to belong. We want to feel important. Wouldn't you say, like, as humans, like you just want to belong and feel important? You want to feel special. You want to feel unique, even though sometimes it's, you want to fit in as well, but you want to have a place that you belong to, and not necessarily your place of work, not like, oh, I fix computers for a living. Like, oh, that's great. Like this is something so different than that. And this has just been so heavy on my heart, I think, this week, as I've been really trying to pull myself out of some selfish places. But we do it because it's bigger than who we are. We want to be a part of something bigger than ourselves. And people are watching, even if we don't think they are. They're learning, just as you've learned, and you still are, with your fitness, with your schedules, with your time blocking, with your nutrition. You had to learn to get to the point where you are, and people are learning from you. And it's like a really beautiful act of discipleship and a servant leadership that maybe you've never ever felt before. And that's why it feels so good to be here. And I know that's why it feels so good for me to be here too. So guys, it's just like, I feel like we were created in the depths of our souls for things exactly like this, because as we learn how to serve others in this field, we're going to learn how to serve our families better. And that belief is going to get tucked so deep in our hearts. And that, act of like Tab and Bianca were talking about last week, like we're just sending love. That's what we do for our work. We send love to people. We send hope to people. We send all these things. And so if you just can take a second and be silly and close your eyes for just 1 second with me, and take 2 deep breaths. I want you to take a breath in through your nose, one for you, one for what you're doing for you and how good it feels for you. Breathe that one out. So go ahead and do it now. And then one for all the women that you're going to help, and all of the families that will be changed, for all the people you're going to help, all the families that will be changed because the woman was changed, because the women are the matriarchs of the family. We're the ones that make the decisions and feed our families most of the time and do all of that. So take a deep breath in for that. And I want you guys to think about what you've been loving on this journey and what is giving you the flow and the energy source that you've never had before. Because when I'm struggling, I have to go back to why do I love this? What gives me that endorphin high, that flow, that rush? And when you really come back to that and do more of that, you will be coming from a place of love instead of like fear or disbelief, you know, and you'll be more heart-centered with that. So if there's a block that's been frustrating you because you know you can do better or do more, write that down and ask yourself, am I coming from a place of love with this? How can I come from a better place? Because this is really frustrating me that I either feel like I'm not worthy to do this, I'm not good enough, people are going to judge me. There's, you know, these 3 people I can think of right now that might talk behind my back because I'm doing this. Where is that with you and your fear, your love, or your disbelief? What is that? And then, you know, write it down and change something. I know that like Coach B put in the coach or Bianca, you put in the coach group, like, dang it, every time I get out of my comfort zone, something new happens. Someone comes to me. What is that? You know, and that's what it is. That's why we do have to do scary things in this business as often as possible. And I love that you mentioned that in the coach group. So thank you for doing that. And, you know, you're just proof of what that is because you're new on this journey. And it's like, I love that feeling. I love that feeling of like, oh my goodness, my stomach is in knots, but that makes me feel alive inside. That makes me feel alive. That is why I was put here, not to be like in a corner fearful, but to have that like rush, you know, that I know I'm doing this for something bigger than myself. So that's just, guys, you know, people want to feel that too. And I've been overthinking things a lot. And I think that's why I've been in a funk, because I've been overtraining, I've been overthinking, I've been overanalyzing, and I just need to do some shit. I just need to do something. If it's like 5 live videos, 5 days in a row, fine. You know, if it's making a new recipe, fine. If it's a new workout, fine. If it's doing something, a post that I normally don't do, fine. Do something different. And I think that's where, for me, my momentum starts going. So if you guys don't have a free community yet, this could be your something different. If you haven't been doing Transformation Tuesdays, because people want to see your progress, but they also want to see that it's working for other people who might be a different body shape or a different body style, then post about that. But definitely, like, if you feel like you're overtraining or overanalyzing, it can totally block your creativity. And that's what happens to me. So I want you guys to feel free. So whatever that action is that you were like, oh, when I first started, you know, or last year in my business, I felt free with this, you know, like Tab, you've been around longer too. Like, when did you feel really good last year with the business? Is there something that you can do that you did back then that put you back in a really good flow? So yeah, just breaking your funk or fear. And then the cool part about this, you guys, is, you know, we do get to act on stuff and we do get to take action, and that action brings clarity and confidence. And there is nothing better than that feeling of, you know, like Tara watched me like up on stage and my left leg was shaking so much I was going to fall over in my stupid heels. I should have just worn flats or tennis shoes or something. But it was good, man. It felt so good. I could have gone and freaking run a marathon after that. I had so much energy. So let me be a testimony to you guys that when you do those scary things, it feels so good. So I'm preaching to myself here. Every single team call, I preach to myself. I'm never preaching at you guys. I'm always preaching because this is what I need. And that's what we get to do as coaches. We give what we need, and that's the beauty of it. So as we have more diamonds emerging on the team, we're going to have some other people hosting team calls, which Tara, you're going to feel, we're going to do a team call soon. FYI. You love me. Okay, I'm going to screen share. Does anyone have anything to say about that before I move on? Just be thinking about stuff, guys. It's so awesome what we get to do. Okay, so who in here does not have a free community yet? Anybody?
Can you explain what you mean by a free community?
Yes, I would love to. Okay, who asked that question? Angie, was that you?
No, it was Tara.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to put, do I have you guys on gallery view? Can you see everybody's faces right now, you guys? Or just mine? Or just my screen share? Sorry. You can just probably see my screen share, huh? Okay. So the reason why is because I feel like you can, in all the conversations that you're having with people, you would make it, it would be on Facebook, and it would be something that could grow and grow and grow and grow, and your numbers could grow. But you can have a place to invite people all the time. And our goal as coaches is to make inviting your instinct. I'm going to invite this gal that I'm having coffee with tomorrow that works at Nordstrom to anything I can possibly invite her to, whether it's my free group, whether it's the coaching opportunity, whatever it is, our relationship's going to grow. And someday I'm going to ask her to marry me. I'm just joking. Which means come to Coach Summit with me, in case you're wondering. So you guys are all marrying me in July. But really, like, that to me is like the end all be all commitment. I think it's so cool. But you can just know, like, at the end of the day, your invitation or your conversation with these people does not have to go void. You can say, hey, why don't you join my free community on Facebook? I've got some awesome ladies in there. I share some of my tips. I have like meal plans in there. I have recipes. Because when you have a Facebook group, and I'll go into this next, you can keep everything in the files. And I think that's the cool part about it. Instead of creating your own website with modules in it, or, links to it or whatever, you can just use Facebook as your free resource. And also it's a place to promote and run any free 5 challenge. So guys, from my experience doing this for a while, man, I used to be so consistent with monthly 5-day free groups. I do not do them monthly like I used to. I've been kind of doing them every other month. Best practice is to run one every month and switch it up a little bit. So if you want to do like a fun, there's all different ideas. We could talk a million minutes about ideas, and we can do that at the end if you guys want to. But you will have everyone in this large group. So when you're running a 5-day challenge in this group, they can stay in that group and still be with you. And the next month when you run another one, they'll be like, oh, dang, this is so cool that Tara does this every month. I love that she's doing one about how to make homemade jam, or, how to make do something with essential oils and make homemade lotions, or how to, use my crock pot or my Instapot or whatever. I mean, whatever it is you guys do. Let's say you're like an amazing gardener and you're like, I'm going to talk about green smoothies and gardening and how I made my green smoothie from my garden, whatever it looks like. You can do it in your group. If there's a new program releasing, always promote the new Beachbody programs, the new Shakeology flavors. If you find a great podcast on like intuitive eating for your body type or whatever, you can throw it in the group and be like, hey, ladies, I know that this may be a help to some of you. Put it in there. Any resources you find, any books you find, any documentaries you watch, anything. You can put just advice on like, this works for me, this doesn't work for me. You can be constantly sharing your personal story, because that is who they need to hear from. They don't need to hear from your upline coach. They want to hear from you. And I think that that's the most important part about branding yourself, is having this place where you can store everything that is you and give it to people, because that is what's going to be smart success for you, meaning you're not going to have to work as hard. Because in the past, I've run these groups, and then these groups just sit on the side of my Facebook, and I'm like, oh yeah, I did that sugar detox. And I see all my group names. I'm like, how do I even organize all these people that were in these groups? It was crazy. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking all of those groups that I had, and I'm putting everyone into my free community. And I'm going to start doing it differently than I had been. So I want to set you guys up for success from the get-go. Like, I'm not telling you to do anything that's nonsense. I'm telling you to do things that I feel like I've learned and I've struggled, and it's been more work for me, and this is going to be less work for you. So it keeps you in close contact with people, right? Like, people have to know, like, and trust you. They have to see something like 7 times before they really want to put their money on it, or with you, because they need to know that you're going to show up. And I think that that's where the ebbs and the flows come in relationships of like, I've been watching Tabitha for a few months. I was really having fun at my CrossFit gym, but now, my kid won't nap, and now I'm this and that. I mean, things change. people change and their circumstances change. And so when you show up, it shows them, I could totally do this. And they match your energy, and it's really cool. So another thing about it is that it keeps you teaching and it keeps you sharing what you're learning. And when we teach what we've learned, we in turn learn more. I truly believe that. Like, these team calls teach me so much about myself and about my business and what I need to do. And they're also benefiting you guys. And that's the bonus that I get for showing up for these team calls. And that's why I think it's so imperative. Any chance you get, if you get to speak at your local Super Saturday, if you get to be a guest speaker on another team call, whatever that looks like, say yes. If your upline coach asks you to do something, say yes and figure out your shit later, because that's what we have to do to grow, and we have to take these opportunities as come. Now, obviously, you want to not say yes to everything. You need to be wise about it, and you need to line up with your priorities. But when it comes to this business, and if you're serious about it, then saying yes has always benefited me. So, any questions on this, you guys? No? Okay. I mean, it's pretty basic stuff, but look how professional my slides are. Don't be jealous. I'm really good on the computer. Really good on the computer, if you haven't noticed. Okay, so how you do it. You make a Facebook group. If you don't know how to make a Facebook group, Google it. The Google machine will tell you right real quick. You're already in a Facebook group too, in your challenge group, so it's always on the left-hand side. And then you can make the cover photo of just you and your like vision, like we talked about earlier in the call. You could even use Carl Deichler's vision until you can really streamline your own. You can use before and afters of the people on your team that have had good success if you're just starting out and you haven't finished your first program or something. And, like I said earlier, they need to know so they can join you. And then some things that have been helping me is lately when I've been having conversations with people, I act like I don't work for Beachbody. And this has been so crazy in my head lately. I can't even tell you guys. I know I'm a little cuckoo, but this has been so fun because I literally sit and like I sat with a mom at Sam's baseball game the other day, and I watched her husband and her drink soda pops, eat those like peanut butter filled bugles. They, have a little bit of weight to lose, not a ton. Their kiddos are more overweight than they should be for their ages. And I just know, like, I can just tell when they go to the grocery store, they don't know how to shop. They don't know how to fuel their bodies with probably much nutrition at all. I'm sure that it's a lot of freezer meals, the mom's corporate, things like that. So I sat, and they go to my church. And so it's cool because I've chatted with them a couple times, right? And we just need to what's our power of threes? We talk to 3 people a day, whether it's in person or through Messenger, because that is how we learn how to say things and talk to people and talk to different personalities and not get thrown off and not feel like I am a Beachbody coach, buy a challenge pack from me. Like that's how you get your flow in the way that because you don't have to be an experienced salesperson to this business. You just need to open your mouth and share, because let me tell you, people like to share about all their stuff. So you may as well just spend a couple minutes talking about what you love, right? So don't be shy. So we were just talking, and she was like, and I started with the story of my husband. And I was like, yeah, it was just so crazy. I was pregnant with our second. And I just went through and told her my story. And then she, all of a sudden, her eyes teared up and she's like, oh my God, my husband's like the oldest of 12 kids. He's already lost his dad. His brother's in a coma. His other brother has to wear this thing that shocks his heart, keeps his like heart healthy. And she was like, I want him to be around for a long time. And it was really, really cool to have that connection with her that had nothing to do with me worrying about if she was going to ever join me. I was just there to share what had worked for me. And I knew that I was going to become a friend with her on Facebook. I knew she'd see my posts. I know I'd see her again. And I know that when we have coffee, I'm going to come at it from not worrying about how many SC points she's going to bring me or, what that's going to look like. I'm really just wanting to help her. And when you really just share from that space, it's been so beautiful for me. So I've just been like, I talk about Shakeology. Like, I don't even sell it. I'm like, oh, well, you could get it from me. And, like they would almost have to ask me, because I'm not at their throat with it. And I think if that can help you guys get a fresh perspective, it's really been helping me lately. And I've never thought about it that way before. So, and you guys will be able to train your coaches to do the same with this free community, because when you start as a coach, it's really hard to figure out where to put your time and then how to teach people. And for me, I really have seen that this will be my best practice, because I haven't always done it. I've been like, oh, sure, just add your people to my free community. That's fine. Use me. But the thing is their people don't want me. They want the coach that they signed up with, and they want their story. And then you need to have enough space where you're not feeling like you're under the wing so much of your upline, but that you're able to fly and grow and blossom as you are supposed to do that. Whatever that, and Tab, you can probably speak to that a lot too, but duplication is key with this, and we're all going to do things a little differently. And I think that that's the fun part about it. I used to make people sign up for the free coach link, like, oh, well, make me your coach and I'll add you to my community. People are so sick of being sold though, that I feel like if you're like, hey, fill out this link, then they're out. Like they will not message me back. That's been happening to me lately. So I don't know what's working for you guys, but I don't even send the link anymore. I just know that if I'm giving them enough value and I'm showing up enough for them, they will know they can join me, and I will be following up with them anyway. So, it's a good kind of like a cross thing. And then you guys can go live in your group with the Facebook Live feature now. It's so fun because you could be like, okay, I'm so scared to make a video or go live or on my regular page, but you can do it in your group, so you can muster up the courage to go live on your page. And I have no idea what happened to my slide. I wanted to say the word yo, apparently, because I'm ghetto. I don't even remember what I wrote down there. Maybe cut your teeth in the group so that you can like be a badass on your regular page. I don't know what I was going to write. Probably got distracted with dinner, but okay. Shoot me with your questions. Let me know, Tab, what you found that works for you and what you're doing too, if you want to say anything, and then let's just kind of brainstorm a little bit.
I love this conversation. I so love this conversation, because we were actually in our Team More coach group, we've just been talking about what's been working and what's not been working with our free communities that we run. And we had gone from running the 5-day, I can't see my whole team, which is annoying.
I'll stop share.
Oh, if you need to share though, that's cool. I can do it.
No, I'm good.
But we were talking about, like, we used to run the 5-day free groups monthly in a separate group, but it took a lot of work to set up a brand new group. So we had transitioned into our ongoing accountability group, where everybody was, like, anybody who was a past, present challenger would be in this group. And we decided to run the challenges through there. However, we've done it, girls, what is it now? Was that like our second one that we just did? We finished the sugar detox?
Yeah.
There was like no engagement. And there's 200 people in that group, which is crazy. So we were talking about, do we run like do we go back to the separate group so that the people who are requesting to be in the challenge feel like they have more skin in there, because they have gone out of their way to purposely and intentionally request to be in this challenge, that they're actually showing up, commenting, participating? Because really, ladies, what would you say? Like, the only people that were commenting were the lead coaches in that group.
Yeah.
On the last, like, there'd be like the odd question about the apple cider vinegar drink was like the highest rated post in there, but that was it. Like, there was rarely a comment or a post. So yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards taking it out of the big free community and doing the more pocket groups. Like, if you want to be a part of this, you have to intentionally message your coach and ask to be a part of it, so it's more effective.
Right. And that's what I'm wondering if I'll come up against, but I still am hoping if I can tag them, if I have my list of people that I know it's more work for me to tag them every day. I almost think in a small group, you have to tag people every day though. you know?
So what do you mean by tagging? So you would write a post and then tag the people who wanted to be a part of this challenge?
Yeah. Yeah. So it would just it would take me a little bit more work, but it could re-engage all the people that, you know, are in the group or joined last month and didn't really engage in the challenge much. And then you don't have as much fallout.
And I think that was the whole intention of bringing it back into our larger group, is that we would refresh people that had been previous challengers before and just needed to feel safe to get back into the saddle again. Like a lot of people just don't realize that they've fallen off and have derailed. And if they see a post, we thought it would be more motivation, but I don't know. Like, it was a little bit of a struggle. I've noticed it. The first one, the spring cleaning one, was okay. And then the sugar detox went, but it could have just been the material too. Like, I was maybe, for my group of people, that could have been just not where they were at. Maybe. I don't know. Carla and Bianca, what do you think?
Well, I agree with what you just said. But yeah, it was a disappointment.
Yeah.
For sure.
Anybody that comes from me, it's not showing engagement anywhere other than my private text messages. Yeah. I've seen the stuff on the when I was camping, I could only see when I went to town because my internet wasn't working. So I've seen that there was questions in the challenge app from Leticia, and I had to private message her because I was driving back and my internet was going up and down. And she never, like, she just texts me, and everybody just texts me. Yeah.
Too bad we couldn't do a text free group.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get them engaged with Facebook, but Facebook was always a challenge because the majority of people that I hang out, some of them don't even have Facebook. They absolutely don't understand how Facebook group works or anything like that. It's just very challenging. Mm-hmm. The platform that they use, and they want to, they asked me to do whatever challenge or group I had in it, doesn't save any information. So basically you can't go back and access unless it's a lot of work. It's very irritating.
What if you did it in the My Challenge Tracker app? Sorry, Tim.
Oh, it's okay. The free groups?
Yeah, you could do that, Carla. If your people aren't Facebook, that could work.
Get them on a free group in the challenge app.
Yeah. Just a thought.
Yeah, I think maybe that would work.
I think we're going to try, we've talked a little bit about doing the Sean week using the tracker.
Oh, yeah.
Right, B?
Yeah.
And see if we could do like double, but I don't know how that's going to work yet. Like, I don't know if we do like a separate, what are you doing, Stace? Are you running a separate challenge?
I was like dead set on running it in my challenge group that I have going now, to try again to revive some of the girls that are in there. But now I'm kind of thinking, do I run it in my free community group now and just go in there and tell my girls from the challenge group, you know, to make sure that they're in there, and I can just tag them. Like, I can have them comment on one post and then I can tag them in the free group because most of them are in there. I don't know. I'm really torn on what to do. And then I think, gosh, do I want just a separate Facebook group for that? Because then it's going to feel like we're all on the same page. And so as I'm going live every day and, you know, the videos getting uploaded to Beachbody On Demand, because we don't know what Sean's going to do every day. We don't know what workout it's going to be. So it's going to bring a lot of excitement. And so I'm really torn on what to do because I really hate the thought of all these Facebook groups, but they do work, you know? Like, and when I first started, challenge groups were supposed to only be 5 people. That's what Beachbody trained. They were like, get 5 people for a challenge group. That is all you need. And I'm like, 5? That's like, you know, hardly anybody. And that was what they taught, and they must have taught it for a reason. So I don't know. I'm torn on what to do because is smaller better or bigger better?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like our group right now is lit. Like, we have mostly new challengers in it. We probably have about 30 to 35 people, but everybody's posting, which is amazing.
That's good.
It's amazing. And I feel like it's pretty 50-50. I think A lot of people really like the challenge tracker app because it's not on Facebook. But some people really don't like it because it's one more thing that they have to check. I'm probably more on that side. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, I have to go into the app. But I love it. Like, I love that it's its own little island. Like,
yeah. And I think a lot of people like that. I don't know. Tara, what are you going to do for Sean Week?
I don't know. It wasn't actually planned, but we have in our challenge group a lot of our continuing people doing either T25 or Insanity Max 30.
oh, no way.
We have like this whole huge like Sean T like love fest going on right now. So if we do it in our regular challenge group, I think it would get some traction. I think a lot of people would do it. But then I think it would take away from some of the new people that are doing 21 Day Fix. So I don't know, Kate and I haven't really talked about it. I'm almost thinking a separate group, but it's going to be kind of a lot of work because we're going to have to do two different things. And I don't know, that's the week of the 14th, right?
Yeah, well, I'm looking. We only have like 2 weeks and a couple days before the refresh starts on the 9th. If you're going to do the refresh on Friday the 9th, and then it starts on June 12th, that Monday. And it goes 7 days, right? There's 7 workouts that week that he's putting out. I'm pretty sure.
I just really hope that BOD works.
Oh, I hear you. That would just really.
Not a couple people. I mean, it's just like every day there's somebody that's like, my BOD didn't work. So I hope that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I haven't talked to Kate, but I kind of think that we'll do it as a separate group because I think that people like to feel special. And I think smaller like unity that they have with just like a dozen or so people makes it feel more personalized.
Yes.
But I don't know. We haven't really talked about it. We need to though.
Well, and then it's easier instead of being like, I'm removing you from the challenge group now because you didn't want to continue on after Sean Week. Bye. Now you're going to my free community. Instead, then it's just like they get kind of held in the Sean group. And then the ones that move on, and the ones that want to stay.
And then the people that we require that you purchase something. So would they feel gypped that, I paid $160 to get this and this person just got basically the same thing for one of the weeks?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know about that. Like, just because they got it for free, they got to do like a program for free.
Well, like if I just had whoever I had that wanted to get the free week, the Shanti group, if I just put them into our regular challenge group.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Then I don't know that no one would really know probably, but I don't know.
Yeah, they wouldn't. Well, now it's only 14 days for the trial. How are you guys going to promote Sean Week? Just blow it up on Facebook.
We were waiting till our Shed and Shred started this last week. So I think we're going to start breadcrumbing it now. Do the big blow up. Bianca's are you doing refresh, B?
Yeah.
Sweet. But yeah, we need to start promoting that now. But we wanted to get everybody locked and loaded into this May challenge because we didn't want people to hold out and wait to buy something until Sean Week. So we've been quiet a little bit.
I love that though. That's smart.
Strategy, right?
Yes. Well, I know. I wish I had the only bobblehead I don't own is the Shanti one, and I don't have any pictures with them or anything. So I'm like, I wish I had. But what if we started doing, some before and afters of people on the team that have done, like maybe Tara, we could even use your Insanity Max 30 after photo. When are you done with it?
I didn't take any before.
I know. I haven't taken my Body Beast afters yet either.
No, I haven't. I'm on week 3, so I just started, but I didn't. Okay. All I did was take a picture in the mirror. They're not.
Or we could go to Beachbody Corporate and get their Sean before and afters and just kind of block off the Beachbody logo if we want to and just write our own something over it so it doesn't look as stock photo-ish. That I think helps. We could do, what's today, Tuesday? We could do Throwback Thursday since we missed Transformation Tuesday, or do one tonight, but it's kind of late where you guys are. And just kind of promote the Sean T stuff a little bit, and the UV too. If people have some weight to lose, we can kind of just be saying that there's 2 new programs that are going to be out. But for the love of God, I can't believe I'm going to do the 3-day refresh over the weekend. Could someone hashtag send help?
It's so much easier to do it over the weekend. That's how I've done it 3 times, and I do it over the weekend.
Oh my
I
goodness.
think I always do too somehow. I wonder why.
I'm an emotional eater. So like weekend, I want to do something fun.
My refresh, like I wanted to be able to blend it, and I couldn't do that at work. So
Oh yeah.
I honestly think it was easier because you just knew I have to do this.
Well, and how fun if
Party, but
well, we could do like a fun, like pick one closet or one drawer in your house, today on the refresh that you want to clean out and you want to change so that we can kind of get them momentum in a different direction other than food, get their mind busy, donate some clothes, something like that. I was thinking that would be fun in the group to add that side in for just the 3 days. Cause I like to be busy. I mean, I will clean out my car if I'm on the refresh, you know what I'm saying? Cause Mama can't have chocolate that day. I know I have issues. Okay. So what else, you guys? Anything about the free community? Are you guys and guys, like, honestly, if you haven't really thought about it, or if you feel like I have nothing to offer, once you make it, you'll start thinking of things that you have to offer. Like we talked about in the beginning of the call. Close your eyes and picture, like, what did I need to learn? How did I get here? That's what Shalene Johnson always talks about. She's like, I just took the struggles I was going through and I wrote it out and I teach it. That is how I build my businesses. And when you watch her, you're like, oh, that's kind of exactly what she does. Like she's having higher body fat issues. Okay, now she's going to start this beta testing and start intermittent fasting and start learning about all of these things that she needs to help her with what she's going through. And so I think it's really fun it'll teach you how to share your story well too. So what's the call to action going to be? You guys have to tell me, because that's your assignment. Because we need to do some action as soon as we get off these calls. Otherwise, we just let all this time go to waste. We need to make decisions and we need to make actions. Let me go first.
Tweet.
I'll go first. I'll actually go live in my free group because I haven't even done that yet. And I'm going to talk about, I'm going to gear it towards gluten-free stuff too. And I'm going to let people invite their friends that maybe have been thinking they have gluten issues. And I'm going to talk a lot about that because that's a lot of my story. And that's what I know because I lived through it. And it'll help me kind of educate myself on what does gluten do to the intestinal lining and different things like that. Tara, you're a runner. You could give running tips on like how to get through a half marathon. How do you stretch? How do you do stuff? How do you use Beachbody to help you with running? You could totally gear it towards runners, whatever. So I'm going to go live tomorrow in my group and I will report back.
Did you know that May is celiac month?
I did not. I knew it was skin cancer month.
Yeah.
Cool.
Dude, double whammy, Stacy.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, I've got my scar.
You got skin cancer.
I can't
scar
have
and your
chonga
celiac.
bagels from Starbucks anymore. So sad. Tara,
Stacy had skin cancer, in case anybody didn't know.
Boom. It wasn't a bar fight, people.
Wait, Stacy, what did you say you can't have from Starbucks anymore?
Those chonga bagels that they make. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I've never had one of those.
Cheddar, onion, garlic. Chonga. The best bagel you've ever had.
Oh my God.
See, I told you I have issues. That's why I'm a coach.
Eat that.
That's why I have my coach.
That's why I'm a coach.
Amazing.
Cheddar, onion, garlic, people. So
Wait, can we rewind? I just need to touch back on something. I just need to bring closure to this in my mind. Okay, so I'm a little bit of a, I hope no one's offended by this term, a little bit of a Nazi when it comes to when people join the Team Armour Lifestyle ongoing group. Everybody has to sign up for that free membership because for me, that just shows how serious people are to actually get into the free group. They're like, okay, I'll sign this stupid thing or I'll fill this out. Does everybody get pushback from that, or am I just being stupid?
So this is a good topic. I used to not have people do that. And then like 3 months or so ago, we started having people sign up as a coach. And it's like I messaged them, hey, this is what you need to do. And then I'll add you to the group. And then I don't hear back from them. So I get all of this interest off of my call out. And then I ask them to sign up with me. And they're like, I've had probably more than probably 20 people that were interested that never
But just pieced out.
They just pieced out. I think it's like, hey,
Because
wait,
it's
I thought
beach
this was
body?
gonna be free. This seems like there's a catch.
Okay.
And I have in my little script, I'm like, there's no catch. It's just so that I, can add you to the group. I kind of make it sound like I need this in order to put you in the group. Like it's something special. And so I don't know if it's just my script for it. I do have some people that sign up, but I lose a lot of people, I feel like, by asking them to do that.
Hey? Interesting. I've only ever had one person push back, but she still likes not even push back, just not respond. But I know Michelle, and she'll probably comment below. She had said that she's going that way too, where she's not having people fill out that link.
I've also had a lot of people, I think, that are turned off by it because they already have a coach. So, I mean, that's not a bad thing or a good thing. That's just, hey, you're already working with someone else. So.
Dude, to me, it's a bad thing. I'm like, I'm going to want you in my group if you have another coach.
And I've told them, like, if you want to switch over, you can, because sometimes they'll say my coach isn't active right now. And I actually got a couple people through something similar than that. But.
Yeah. I think that in this business, you just have to kind of tweak it as you go. What used to work may not work anymore.
Yeah.
Vice versa.
And everybody's audience is different too.
Yeah. It's interesting. So I'll see. I'll report back to you guys, let you know.
Yeah.
And we can just keep talking about it as we go.
Because I'm cool to keep evolving. I've just never really experienced a pushback from it before. So I was just curious to know.
I never used to have that much. I had just enough where it was like fine, but now lately it's been like almost everybody. They won't even fill out the link, and so I'm like, oh crap, what do I do now? I have like no one for my group, all those people that were interested. So yeah.
Interesting.
Well, cool. Okay, guys, so go make a Facebook group if you don't have one. Name it something awesome.
A group or a page, Stace?
A group.
What does a free community look like? It's a group?
It's a group. Yep.
Okay.
And it is not a Facebook page. Facebook pages, you really have to really kind of pay to have people to see. You could make a page and a group at the same time and, have a name. You'd probably want maybe different names for each one. But I think your name should always be in it a little bit somewhere. Maybe not. You can join don't join it, but there's a gal who does trainings on Facebook for coaches, and she talks a lot about stuff. Michelle was just doing her training, but I wouldn't recommend it for anyone who's not diamond or above because it's very distracting, I think. I don't know, Tab. You can let me know on that. But But yeah, I mean, do them both at the same time, you guys, and be freaking smart about it and do your video, like repurpose your content. So if you're going to do a video in your free group, in your free community, put that video on your page as well. Double duty, more eyes, less work for you, and then put it on YouTube. It's going to be your story, your content. It's not going to change that much. You just need to get it everywhere. And so I think that will, like I said, help you get brave to do some of that stuff. And don't worry about perfection, because nowadays with Facebook Live, we don't have to be all edited and perfect. People don't care. They just want to see that someone is authentic. And I get messages all the time with people telling me, you just seem very authentic. And I think it's just because I don't care if I'm perfect or not. Most days, you know what I mean? And I just really try to just share what I'm going through and what I'm struggling with and what my journey looks like. And so when you're overthinking, what do I even freaking post on Facebook, on my actual Facebook? You could start by posting in your free community and then sharing like something on your personal Facebook as well. And then that's what I started doing. I was sharing in my challenge group and getting my courage up. And then I was like, well, this would be good for my personal page. I think this would help the majority of society. Okay. And I would just kind of share that way. And that's how my scaredy cat self, who's very insecure, super scared what people were going to think of me, don't even know how I even ended up in a business like this. I was so terrified. That's how I got brave. And the more you do it, the easier it gets and the thicker your skin gets and the less you care. Because really, it's all positive feedback that I've gotten mostly, So there's not as many haters as we think there are out there. So yeah, if that helps at all too, because then I think the more you can think about your tribe and like who the people are that you need to help, the more you can come up with content for stuff as well. and just keep it fun, keep it light. They just want to see how you feel. They just want to see how you look. They just want to follow a fitness journey because they're so uninspired in their life and they have no motivation to work out. You know what I mean? Like some of the stuff, that's how I was. I was like, I'm no idea where to start. Thank the Lord, I saw, people posting about this Beachbody stuff. That's how Matt and I got involved, was seeing something on Facebook. So anyways, guys, thanks for, coming tonight. Make sure to do some action tonight, right when you get off the call. I'm going to go jump on with my challenge group and do a little book club, personal development book club with them. I'm going to see how it goes because I just want to test it, right? Like just test something new. I'm going to stick with it for a little while and see who comes. So I'm going to go do that now. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Congrats.
Thank
To
you.
all the rank advancements this Thursday.
I know.
I can't even sleep. Okay. Love you guys.
Love you. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.